Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Then come on, bitches, get your tins.
Throughout the years, many filmmakers have decided to glorify the gay community in motion picture and documentary film. Projections of this community range from different cultures and races, but today, I will be focusing on the lack of masculinity in the black male culture portrayed in motion pictures and documentary film. The musical, Leave It on the Floor, exemplified a key example of this framing of the gay black male. As well as other documentaries such as Paris is Burning, both of the features shed light on fabulous drag queens, the world of ball competitions, the exploration of gay houses, and give us a glimpse into the male role of a gay man. Both films were written, directed, and produced by people of Caucasian descent, and they seek to portray one-dimensional, dysfunctional, shiftless, self-destructive African Americans. During this video essay, I will be examining the lack of masculinity represented by black gay men in films and documentary. The black gay male is depicted as soft and sexualized, which means he is often seen as a sex object, having to flaunt his body and represent the sexy aspect of a woman. They are depicted as flamboyant, which typically means the personality or appearance of these particular males are overly exuberant, confident, and stylish. The gay black men in Paris is Burning and Leave It on the Floor are shown as loud, sexual, and out of the box regarding fashion and personality. His voice is usually higher to mimic a woman.
Can I get a beat, please?
The most glorified part of this culture in film is the drag queen. They represent the most showcased form of the black gay male. The films do not seem to show the black gay male as masculine, as being a typical male with homosexual desires. When I say normal or typical, I am feeding into the stereotype of what society sees as masculine. This includes, but is not limited to, speech, body language, occupation, and outside appearance. For some reason, the gay black male lacks all the strong stereotypical characteristics that gay people in other cultures portray in film. In 1990, Jenny Levingston directed an American documentary film entitled Paris is Burning. It chronicles the ball culture of New York City and the African American, Latino, gay, and transgender communities involved in it. Paris is Burning featured interviews and monologues with key figures in the ballroom community that introduce their personalities to the audience. In the film, titles such as House, Mother, and Reading emphasize how the subculture depicted within the film has taken words from the straight and white world and twisted them to have alternate meanings. For example, the term houses means surrogate families for young ball walkers whose sexual orientations have been accepted with love. Leave It on the Floor is a musical about a boy named Brad who is finding himself, a new family, and his place and purpose in the world. This film is set in the voguing and underground ball culture of Los Angeles. It tells the story of Brad, a fatherless, charismatic man thrown into the street by his abusive single mother the moment she discovers he is gay. He finds himself in a ballroom populated by a ragtag assortment of drag queens and transgender individuals, most of whom who have been rejected by their families. Brad feels an immediate connection with them and joins their house, the House of Eminence. The people in the House of Eminence are depicted as self-loathing. They accept abuse and destructive relationships and sing about those oppressive conditions. They refer to the conditions as black love. In their relationships, such as when Brad's mother kicked him out of the house, we see a soft, non-dominant side of the African American male. He classifies himself as a loser. The mother is stern, rule-enforcing, and dominant, typically the role that the man would play. When Brad attempts to build relationships with other men, he is sexualized and seen as submissive. The African American gay men are sexualized and flamboyant. That aspect is typically shown during their showcases in the ballroom atmosphere. Being stylish with materials and fabrics to create elaborate costumes is a stamp polished by the drag queen theme. In comparison, we can examine television shows such as Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. According to Devin Gordon and BJ Simmond, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy is a hilarious show by which 5 gay connoisseurs of fashion, grooming, interior design, food, and culture rebuild a homeless hetero from the ground up. These Caucasian men are portrayed as masculine by their outside appearance, wearing button-down shirts and jeans, and even dressy attire. They all have a job or purpose despite them being gay. Because they are gay, they are connoisseurs of the topics that they are surrounded by. Whereas African American men in the films described before have no stable careers. They know nothing but the environment that evolves around their houses. They all seem to evolve from some sad story. The viewer almost always feels pity. The personality or appearances of these males is over exuberant. The gay black man in Leave It on the Floor and Paris is Burning are loud, out of the box, and extremely sexualized. In conclusion, the glorification of the African American gay male in film and documentaries such as Leave It on the Floor and Paris is Burning seek to portray African American gay men as one-dimensional, sexual, dysfunctional, shiftless, self-destructive people. The elements of stereotypical masculinity are left out within these films. They all seem to come from some form of broken background or unaccepting family setting. In contrast, Caucasian gay men are shown as the opposite, having careers, being focused, and having a sense of purpose outside of the house life. This representation sets a stereotype as to how gay African American men are in reality, thus putting them on a lower pedestal in comparison to other homosexual people from different cultures.